Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Gorilla here, and it's been a while. I'm sorry. It's been like, I don't know, a month since I uploaded the video. I'm quite a bit busy, but today I'm gonna share one of my my guilty pleasure of the deck on Vanguard for now. It's basically Maelstorm. If you know me, if you met me in real life, you know that I play Flagbird. I'm Flagbird main, that guy who just annoy people on the local like on a daily basis with Flagbird. And I wasn't like actually gonna build this deck because when I see this deck I'm like, yeah, it's not as good as Flagbird, so like doesn't want to build it. But there's a day when I hunting some Callus, you know, the order that make you persona right and thing. I opened a box and I got the secret rare. So I was like, okay, I got the secret rare, so I'm just gonna build the deck anyway. And yeah, I have to I have to build the deck. But I played like 3 days ago and the deck is actually pretty good. Like, it's not tier 1 or anything like that, it's still encounter level of deck, but it's like very decent for its own, like, good. It's different than other encounter that I've been played before. When its first release, is barely do anything. It just do what it want to do, but doesn't like I don't know. It doesn't feel good when you play. It's like you play it, it just do what it does, and this doesn't have like clear win con or anything. This is actually pretty good deck. So yeah, I've been talking too much, but let's go into the deck list, the deck profile. So the deck profile is that you probably see this deck profile before because this deck has been released like 3 months ago. But well, this is what I bring on the table on the deck. So the grid 0 is gonna be Candice, I don't know what it's called again. So I'll bring the grid 0 from Flagbird because it's SP, it's just look cool. You can bring any grid 0, you don't have to bring him because at the end they do the same thing. So yeah, bringing obviously Cardfight because it's SP. And for the grid 1, I bring Rancor Chain. The reason why I bring Rancor Chain is because the deck doesn't need soul that much. It needs soul, but not like Flagbird need the soul, you know? Like, you can just spam the soul and you can soul plus 1 draw 2, which is good to refresh your hand if you have some like bad hand, and because you bring quite a lot of order on your hand, on your deck. So it's worked really good in this deck though. It's basically the best Stoic right line for me in the grade 1. I use almost every single Stoic deck with Rancor Chain because it just worked better. And the second 2 is gonna be Tidal Assault. So I'm not using the normal right line. There is no right or wrong on building this deck. If you want to use the normal line, that's perfectly fine. If you use Mind Vision, it's fine as well. So the reason why I use Tidal Assault is because you have guarantee Tidal Assault in your soul, and he basically can attack 3 times if you use the Maelstorm skill. So you don't need to, like, you always consistently have the multi attacker every single turn if you want to. So yeah, that's the only reason why it's on the right line. You didn't get the plus though, that's kind of sad, but you know, if it's consistency, then I choose consistency. And the grid 3 is the Maelstorm itself. So his skill is almost the same as his OG skill, but he have the red bar skill. So basically, if you discard so basically once per turn you can discard a card and you can call a card from soul, which is Steel Dragon or Aqua Force card. So you cannot call any other card, which is I glad they do that. It's not, yeah, you can just call anything in the soul. So if it if it like that, then we can just abuse everything on the extra card. But that's still really cool effect that maybe in the future we can abuse. We have like better tier dragon or that. So yeah, that skill is basically if you use the skill, you discard a card and call 1 card from the soul. So usually you call either Tidal Assault or Enlighten the Soul because Let's Go to Soul, and then it got skill on the first battle, and if you open the crit 3 or greater, you can counter +1 and resist. So yeah, this is really good, pretty good consistency skill for Maelstorm. So basically you always have multi attacker. The only bad thing about this, if you fight prison and you don't have anything in the soul, and you can use his skill. But you know, Fightwork have problem with against prison as well, so it's just common thing. So yeah, that's the right line. And let's go to the deck itself. So let's go from the crit 3, shall we? Obviously 3 Persona Ride, because you have to Persona Ride. This deck needs Persona Ride, his Persona Ride, because without his Persona Ride you almost certainly will not gonna win any match at all. Because a single defensive can stop this deck completely. So yeah, Persona Ride, bring the Callus as well, so it's basically bringing 4 Persona Ride. So yeah, bring Persona Ride because it just, you have to, the deck needs it. And the second crit 3 is the one of the thing that make the deck is quite expensive, is 4 copy of Inlet. So yeah, sadly you need to Inlet, you have to have Inlet, because without Inlet the deck is kinda not that, it's subpar. So I think the way the deck become very, I don't know, like when I use it like a couple of days ago, it's do really well. It's maybe because Inlet just goes to soul, draw, and it's 2 dragon again. You can just loop the resource with it. And if you use the Armada card, you can just basically free revive him and give him 5k or something if you have 2 Armada in your settle. It's just very cool. That's why you need 4. Sadly it's very expensive card. And the next is the grid 2. So this is kinda, I'm arguing with myself, because most of the time if I don't fight Friesen, right, I don't need to bring this extra copy of Tidal Assault, because you always have it in the soul, you're always gonna call you in the soul. The reason why you bring more, if you go first and you don't want to teach a card to use the skill of Maelstorm, because you cannot use it anyway, you can just call this and I don't Inlet or anything like that, so he can use his skill. So his skill is basically on the second battle, counter blast someone and restand him. And there's another skill which is not much per turn. When this unit attack, so when this unit attack, Soul Blast 1, you can get 5k to Vanguard, your Maelstorm Vanguard. So, which is, it's not much per turn. You can keep Soul Blasting if you want to, if you need to. And the only card in this deck that needed Soul is needed Soul to use his skill properly is Will Soul. Yeah, and you can just choose not use his skill. So yeah, the deck don't really need Soul that much. You need at least 1 for Will Assault. So yeah, you can keep using the Soul Blast for make your Vanguard bigger if you want to. So yeah. And this next crit 2 is 1 copy of Clapping Dragon of Soul Revolution. The reason why I bring him is because I can just call him when rushing, and if it stay in the field long enough, I can just, you know, 5 attack goes to Soul, counter charge. Just, I know, it's just a nice card. It's basically empty spot in this deck for now. You can change it whatever you want, but I use him because if I go first and I draw him, I can just rush with him. And if they attack, like, I don't know, they rush you back and just intercept. You don't really care about this card much. It doesn't really important, so you can change it to whatever you want. But I use this because it goes to Soul, counter charge, and it can just be used for rushing. You can use the Aglio or that Panther card that just, if it retire and give 10,000 to something else, so that's fine as well if you want to. But I use this because it just look cool, and I don't know, the Ghost of Soul counter charge is the same as a Price Trident. So yeah. And speaking of Price Trident, yeah, 1 copy of Price Trident, signed by Kai from VCC. Shout out to Kai. He should shout out my channel and 200 sub. But yeah, only one, because again, this is a nice card in this deck because you're gonna attack 5 times consistently usually, and it goes to Soul and counter charge. So it's really good card on the deck, but it's not necessary. Unlike Flyperk, you sometimes need to see this to, you know, make it 5 attack, because people just damage cancel it. For some reason, nobody damage cancel me in this, so I guess. So yeah, if it's not using his skill, you can just call it rush. That's it. That's the only way. That's the only reason why I bring him. So yeah, there's 2 card spot the empty on the deck, so you can change whatever you want. It's not necessary to bring the same exact thing that I bring. So, and the next great one we have Will Salt. So this is your another record. It's very interesting card though. So as long as you attack, you push with him, you can switch any rearguard. So you can switch from middle to rear, from the middle down rearguard to up rearguard or something like that. You can switch around, make your 6 attack with him. So basically that's how he works. So basically at the end of battle, this push this, so +1 and you switch rearguard. So this is, you don't want to see him like early turn. You want to see him turn 4 or turn 5 onward, because like if you use it way too early, it's either your rearguard won't hit that much or just doesn't like do like damage to your opponent. So this is used on if your opponent 4 and you're ready to like make 6 attack to like just end your opponent on 6 attack and just let them throw a lot of card. So yeah, but it's very interesting card because it doesn't restrict anything on the again. It doesn't restrict anything, right? The other button so it's only restricted Maelstorm, but it doesn't restrict like where do you want to switch the real card. So it's very interesting. It doesn't have like if you open on crit your creator. So it's very interesting card. Bring 4 copy of that, and the next one is bring 3 copy of Dianta. So Dianta. So sadly, this card is being errated, so you cannot rush with her anymore. But this is the card that you use if you get like big crit, like if your opponent crit you a lot and you have like spare CB to make 6 attack, and you have inlet in the drop because you keep soul blasting him. You can just call her, call the inlet back, and use Spirit Body Conversation, which I do bring in my this deck, call another inlet so you control 2 every single turn, and she got 5k when there is 2. So I will explain how she's work, right, on the new errata stuff. So right now, if you have 2 rearguard like this in the back, let's just discard. So if they are this, she actually still get the power, but if you move it forward, her power is disappearing. So you need to remember about that. So if you want the 15k power in the back, you need another great one in the back, and you can move it forward, and her power will stay. That's as far as I understand the new what's called again, errata on the card though. But usually I use it on turn 3 anyway. You cannot rush with her anymore, which is kind of sad. If you can rush with her, it's really good if you draw her early. Just rush with 13, 13, and 10. It's like push your opponent like 2-3 in turn 3. It's very good. So yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. But it's still a pretty good card in the deck because you can revive multiple card and then just make a massive swing in regard. So yeah, 3 Dianta. Don't max it out because again you don't get the ability to rush anymore with her, so there's no point to max her out. And the next weird one is gonna be PG. So the normal good PG and 1 Materia. So yeah, this is common thing, just basic stuff. And order setup. So this order setup is kind of weird because I still lost 1 card. I lost 1 of my card for this. So my order setup is gonna be Spiritual Body Conversation, in the Darkness Ascendment, and it's supposed to be 2 Nectars in Synonymism, but I lost one of my Nectars, so I don't know. I will search another Nectar, but this is just the Drink of Abolition. Basically, Soul Blast 1 and you draw a card, and then you get 5k shield for each different order. That's his skill basically. It's okay, you can use it like this. The deck doesn't need soul that much, but if I can, I will search another Synonymism because this deck needs this card. Because if you throw it on turn 4 and you have 15 cards in this other deck, you almost going to win with him. So yeah, and the other one is Callus. So basically your 4th personal art. It's sadly very expensive card as well. It's $17 or something. Very expensive card. So sadly, but yeah, that's the order lineup. So basically you bring 8 because of one of these. You don't want to discard this, but it still counts as an order, so you can use it for the Rancor chain stuff. So yeah, that's the order lineup. And let's see the trigger lineup. So in the trigger lineup, 4 crit, another 4 crit. Yeah, I must say that this good crit doesn't really matter. You can use all normal crit if you want to. The deck needs soul. No, actually the deck, as I told you, the deck doesn't need soul that much. But it's nice if you can play the soul sometime because you want to abuse title soul skill. But again, if you doesn't have it, it doesn't really matter. So you can bring normal crit. So this is the trigger that I still debate myself of because draw is nice, right? Draw is always nice because so if you get defensive draw is really nice. You draw a lot. You draw your piece if you want to. But I actually want to play front this deck because you attack with Vanguard on the forward attack most of the time, and you can just switch around. And if you get front bigger and you have bigger shield as well, because now in the meta there is Chrono Jet and you don't need this big, you need bigger shield. This guy is just only 10k. Most of the time when I play around in this local, like I need bigger shield. So yeah, that's kind of like I'm still arguing should I bring front or just draw, but for now I'm putting draw because he just like commonly accepted. It's just nice to play draw, like if you get defensive draw. And for heal, it's just 3 normal heal and 1 counter heal, which is the crit. I will bring another crit counter after this. I lost one of my crit counter again. I think it's in my flag group deck, I don't know where is it. But yeah, that's the thing. The normal 4 and double trigger, obviously. So yeah, that's the deck profile for Maelstorm. I think it's the only deck profile for set 8. I'm not building much of set 8. I think I give a bunch of my card from set 8 to someone that want to build it. I don't really care about it. So yeah, this is basically the only set 8 deck profile. I'm not gonna build much. The deck is very nice though. You have so much potential. So if you want to build it now, because it's very cheap at the moment. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. I know this channel is dead as fuck, but I'm sorry about it. I'll try to make more content out of this channel. But again, thank you guys for watching. See you again next time. Bye bye.